Hey guys, so bit of a different sort of map, sort of replay for you here today. As you can see, I'm in my 112. I'm on Fjords. Really good map. Do enjoy it a lot. What I'm gonna do, what I did in this game though, and it was purely for this replay and this replay only. A lot of people complain and say, "Oh, you noob, use your minimap, use your minimap. You know, why don't you look at that minimap? Why don't you take notice of your minimap?" And you find there are some players who, well, you can't explain why they do what they do, and they just don't seem to take any notice of their minimap. So what I decided in this game was, you know what, I'm going to use it as an experiment. It was getting on for midnight, and I thought, you know what, I want to do this for a video to show what happens when you, as a top tier, maybe you've gone out and you bought yourself a tier 8 premium, and you want to, you're going to take it out. What happens when you take your tier 8 premium out? You don't worry about the minimap. You don't pay any attention to where they are, to where your opposition were, to where your team is deploying. You go where you head off and you do your own thing. And I wanted to show you what happens basically. As you see, this is a brilliant matchup for the 112. There's a good number of tier 8s, good number of tier 7s, there's tier 6 mediums. We should be going down where that IS-3 is. We shouldn't be going where we're going, but we've chosen to go this way because we want to go this way. So, we're completely ignoring what the team's doing, where the team's deployed, how it's working, and we're just going our own sweet way. We've left an IS-3 completely on his own in that bottom corner with no support at all, facing off against their 112. We're spotted, but we're just going to carry on pushing in because we don't care. We're just going to go in. We're going to farm whatever damage there is up here. We're just still not paying any attention to the minimap. The team's winning. We've got a kill. So as far as we're concerned, we're doing fine. We've got a Cromwell here. Put a nice hit into the Cromwell. Go for a reload. We found their Volvo. T-34 takes out our Cromwell. We still don't mind. Pushing forward. Taking on 2 tier 6 mediums. Completely oblivious to the fact that our team is now losing, and we're not supporting the team at all. We're just going on our merry way. And as you can see, our IS-3 is under a lot of pressure. He's got a 112, and he's got a KV-2 in front of him. Our heavy tank number 6 is facing off against a Indian Panzer and a Perishing, so he's not going to last long. And your average, when you don't care about the minimap and you're not really paying attention to what the team's doing and you're paying attention to what you're doing, you kind of, all of this is inconsequential. And as you can see, because we're not down where we should be, a lot of people say, oh well, there's no such thing as you should be here, you should be there. True, but if you're top tier, you've got responsibilities that you need to match up. So now, I've come all the way back to the middle, and I can see my team struggling in the middle, but I decide, you know what, I want damage. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to try snipe from distance because I want to. Because why should I push forward and engage when I've got perfectly good shots here? See? Watch. There we go. Damaging shot on an E25. What's wrong with what I'm doing? I'm getting damage, I'm helping the team. I'm not helping the team. I'm sat here at range firing shots at tanks that, to be honest with you, I shouldn't be shooting here, should I? The team's being capped. We can see the team is losing massively, and all the time all I'm doing is I'm just caring about my own gameplay. I'm not bothered about anything else. All I care about is my gameplay. I just care about getting my damage off, and earning some credits. I'm not looking at the minimap, I'm not paying attention, I'm just looking at what's in front of me and shooting. And this is where this is what annoys a lot of people. And I've got to, he doesn't realise that, but when I loaded this up, I've got the perfect example, of what happens when how it affects the rest of your team. I'm now the last person on my team surviving, and I'm sat up here in my little corner, sniping away, not caring. And it's completely the wrong attitude to have. I've hidden up here in the corner, I've taken on some tier 6 mediums, I've got a couple of kills, I've done some damage, but I've not been a team player. I've not been there to support my team. I've not, I've not been. Maybe I don't want to. Maybe people will say, well, you go where you want to go. You play your own game. Yeah, I could do that, but I'm a top tier heavy. I have responsibilities. I shouldn't be playing like this. I should be where the team needs me to be, and the team needs me to be further forward than I am. I should have been up there fighting with the IS-3, stopping that push around J2, and I'm not. And as a result, I'm now 1 versus 9, 1 versus 10, and if I'd been down in the corner with the IS-3, as the person who made the comment rightly puts out, then this team would have won. But because I'm not, we lost. Because I chose to be selfish. Because I chose to play where I wanted to. This game is now a loss. So because of our greedy action, we threw that game for our team because we didn't pay attention to the minimap. Let's have a look at the post-game results, and I'll show you the comment just so you can understand the impact of not paying attention, not thinking that you're not thinking as a team player. Okay, guys, here's the post-game results for that defeat. As you can see, it's a second class. It was a bruiser. We got duelist. We got fighter. We got fire for effects. 92,529 credits. 1,604 XP. Cool-headed. High caliber. Top damage 3,811. 617 experience would have actually got us 5th overall in the game. But because we weren't down supporting this guy in the IS-3, he got absolutely massacred. Because we were out of position, this poor guy, and heavy tank number 6, where is he here, were completely outnumbered and completely overwhelmed because we were not in the right position with our 1-1-2. We went where we wanted to go. We didn't care about the minimap. We didn't look where the team was. We didn't look at the impact. Detail report, 16 shots fired, 13 hit, 11 penetrated. We're sniping at range with a gun that's rubbish at sniping. We blocked 7,540 damage. Yeah, okay, we blocked a load of damage, but you know what? We might not have blocked as much, but we probably would have won the game because we would have gone to J2. And, the impact that this has on players is perfectly shown by this comment here. This is from Henky1992. I've looked at Henky, he's a good player. He's what we call a smurf. No offence, Henky, but you play nearly 5,000 games in a Team 92. But, I play artillery as well, so I don't mind at all. I think it's pretty admirable that you managed to pull that many off and still not gone bankrupt in the game. And his comment perfectly sums up how playing like that impacts other players in your team. Wow, and you really think this is worth to upload? You totally failed that match. You are the people I hate most in the game. You're unable to read the minimap and matchmaking. Instead of fighting against the enemy heavies and helping your teammates, you're running up a hill against tier 6 mediums. Later on, when you turn around, you just snipe down the hill, and by that, You even and by that you even missed several shots. With your helping self, you could have won, but you were just useless in this game. I don't have to put it any other way because he's put it absolutely perfect. You know, if you're in a platoon of tanks, you have a much bigger impact, and you can go to different locations. If you're on your own, you really, really, really need to look at the team you're against and think, can I go where I want to go, or should I go where I need to go? If you look at the team composition here, our team has heavy tanks. There's myself, there's a T-34, there's heavy tank number 6, and there's the chap in the IS-3. Opposition-wise, there's a 112, a T-34, and a KV-2. As we saw, the two T-34s went and duped it out in the middle. It's a good location for a T-34. You can get hull down, you can use that. There's no artillery for them to worry about in this game. It made sense. You know, yes, it would have been better for them to come down to the heavy tank corner, but they chose not to. They chose to go and shoot and fight in the middle. You know, the opposition. You know, you look at the number of medium tanks. I didn't include the FCM 50-ton because a lot of people play it as a medium tank, and as a result, you know, you can do that. But we have the FCM, we have the Super P, we have the Volvo, we've got numerous TDs and a couple of Tier 6 mediums. On the opposition, you've got 1 medium, 2 medium, 3 medium, 4 medium, 5 medium, 6 medium, 7 mediums. They have the medium tank advantage. They clearly could have taken the middle of the map with ease, which they did. And then they've got a couple of TDs as well. Not to forget Burt, obviously. I forgot there was Artie. No, it didn't feel like it in the game. But then again, that's where I went. So, hopefully this will get a point across to you all that you can go where you want to go, but make sure that you bear in mind what your responsibilities in the game are. I went there, and as you can see, that response from Henke is absolutely spot on. It's absolutely spot on. It's the kind of response I would give. And as I've sent him a message in game just to explain why I did that. You know, because when you see players doing that, you can't very well turn around to them and say, do you want to have a borrow that replay because I want to show how not to play the game? Because that's just downright insulting, and it's very upsetting to players. And, you know, if I didn't know why I did this, I'd think that I'd be raging at Henke, and I'd be finding out, I'd be reporting him, I'd be going, I'd be really upset. Because I did that because I wanted to, because I want to play the game how I want to play the game. Nothing wrong with that, but just think, where are you going to go next? I mean, if you carry on doing that, you're just going to end up with a lower and lower win rate. You're never going to win the game, and you're just going to complain. You're going to be one of the guys who goes on the forum, I can't win a game for Toffee. I do good damage. I help team. I can boosh. Don't be that guy. Don't play like I played that one. You've got a minimap in the corner. Look at it and use it and think. If you're top tier, you don't, you have the flexibility that you have the best. You should, in theory, have the better firepower in the game. But really, you have responsibilities. I should have been there side to side with this IS-3, backing him up against this 112 and this KV-2. Should have been there. No excuses at all. Henke's completely correct. Should have been there, and we would have won. An IS-3 and a 112 versus a 112 and a KV-2. I'll take my chances any day. I think we could have won that fairly easily. The 112 doesn't have great gun depression, neither does the IS-3, but we could have held a good location, forced them to come onto us. The IS-3's got enough punch to go through the 112. But we didn't. There was no support for the poor guy in the IS-3, and as a result, if you look at him, he got 6 shots off that didn't penetrate at all because he was shooting the 112. He bounced a couple of shots, but that's it. He got absolutely run over. He did no damage that game. He had a really bad experience because I chose to go where I wanted to, and I ignored where the team was deploying to, and I ignored my minimap. So, it's a bit of a brutal game, a bit of a brutal video to show this, but hopefully it gets a point across. No matter how brilliant you think you are at the game, there is always somebody who knows a little bit better than you, and no matter what you want to do, look at what you're against and look at where you really should be going as opposed to where you want to go. And that's all I can say. Hopefully it's not too downhearted in this, and you can all appreciate where I'm coming from. But anyway, thanks guys. We'll see you on the next replay, which is a bit more upbeat and friendly. Anyway, see you later, guys.